Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to all my students. Okay, so for our class today, okay, we are going to enter new chapter. Okay, please look at here. Okay, we are going to learn chapter 11. Okay, you can refer to your maths textbook, page 206. Chapter 11 it is the isometric transformation. So for this chapter, you will learn there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 6 subtopics in this chapter. Okay, starting transformation, translation, reflection, rotation, translation, reflection, and rotation as and isometry. And the last subtopic is rotational symmetry. All right, so first of all, please look at this one, right, in the diagram here. This one is Tuanku Misan Zainal Abidin Mosque. Was built on 5 April 2004. Okay, the mosque is adjacent to the beautiful Putrajaya Lake and clear water, right? The image of the pictures below show a transformation on the lake. Okay, how this phenomenon occur? So as you can see there in the water here, this is the image for the object here. So this image happened because of the transformation. Okay, for the transformation, there is a few types of the transformation, all right, such as translation, reflection, and rotation. Okay, all right. So we go to the first subtopic. Okay. Okay. Before that, you have to know that the transformation is the process of changing the direction, orientation, or size of an object image through translation, reflection, and rotation. The image produced by isometric transformation is congruent. Okay, congruent means the shape, the image have the same size with the object. Okay, the pattern also same, not changing. That's what is mean by the congruent. All right, now look at this one, the first subtopic, 11.1, transformation. Okay, transformation in the shape, size, direction, and orientation of an object. Okay, transformation involve the transfer of a position on a plane. Okay, so please look at here. Okay. So before transformation take place, the original figure is called the object. After the transformation, the shape is called the image. Transformation is a mesh of a point on a plane. When the object moves in the transformation, each point of the object follow the same pattern of the movement. Transformation is a movement with a certain orientation and mesh without changing the shape. So the diagram here show the movement of the object ABCD into the image. Okay, this one we read as prime. The symbol here, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So A prime, B prime, and C prime is the image for the object. A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Okay, is the image for the object A, B, C, D with a movement of 3 units to the right and 3 units outward. Okay, so if you look at to the diagram here, right, this one, so we have the object A, B, C, D. Okay, then this one, A prime, B prime, and C prime, and D prime is the image for the object A, B, C, D. Okay, after go through some transformation. So as stated here, the transformation is the movement of the 3 units to the right and 3 units outward. So look at here, we look at the transformation. Starting point D here, because the object, the movement is 3 units to the right and 3 units outward. So this one starting outward. So from D, 3 units outward. 1, 2, 3. So then after that, 3 units to the right. Then 1, 2, 3. So here. Here is the image for the point D. So this image we label as D prime. Okay, D prime. Actually, this transformation is known as the translation. So translation we will learn later. So same here, if you look at the point C here, how from the point C, the object, go to the point C prime. C prime is the image. So look at the movement. The movement is the 3 unit to the right and 3 unit outward. So you can starting either you can start it outward first or left to right first. Is it that is both of it can okay, you can do like that. So here I do the movement outward first. So starting from point C, movement 3 unit outward, 1, 2, 3, then 3 unit to the right, 1, 2, 3. So this one is the image for the point C. C prime is the image. So then point B here, okay, so you can do like before this, that means starting point B here, move 3 unit outward, that means 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 unit outward, then 3 unit to the right, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, so this one is the B prime, okay. Then the last one, the image for the object A, point A here, so the movement is the 3 unit outward, so 1, 2, 3, then 3 unit to the right, 1, 2, 3. So here you will get the image for the point A here, which is A prime. So after that you join or the point for the image here, then you will get the image for the shape A, B, C, D, this one. All right, now look at this one. Example 1. Which of the following shows a transformation and why? So A, look at A. We have a shape A. This one, the symbol. This one, object. Then after that, this one is image. So as you can see there, from A to B, the shape is same. The shape is same. So this one, if the shape of the image and objects same, so it is a congruent. So this is a transformation. And look at B here. Okay, so we have M here, M object. After the arrow, this one is the image, N is the image. So as you can see here, the shape of the object and image is the same. So it is a congruent. So it is a transformation. So as stated here, it's not. And the C here, we have P. P is the object. Then after that, Q, it is an image. So if you see this one, the shape of the Q and P not same. So it is not a transformation. And for the D here, also if you observe the shape of the L and also the shape of the K, it is not same. So it is not the transformation. Okay, so that's the answer for example 1. Okay, look at the example 2 here. So for example 2, the diagram shows A, B, C, D, E, F as an object. Y, P, Q, R, S, T, U is an image. So this one, A, B, C, D, E. C, D, E, F, it is an object. Okay, so P, Q, R, S, T, U, it is an image. Question is, state the image of the point C. So look at the point C. So what is the image for the point C? So you have to know, okay, this is the object, this is the image. Go through transformation, okay. So the point C here. So if you look at this one, D, it is a D object. Okay, the image for point D is U. Then the C is the object. The image for the point C is T. Okay, the image of the point C is T because the same shape but the position is different. Okay, question B, the line AB. So the line AB, so look at the line AB. The line AB, it is a object. So the image for the line AB is what? Is the line SR, okay, or line RS, okay. Okay, as you can see that you have to compare because the image and the object have the same length. Okay, the length not changing. And the C, the angle BCD. So look at the angle BCD, angle BCD, angle BCD, BCD. So the angle BCD is the object. So the image for the angle BCD is the angle STU. Okay, the image of the angle BCD is the angle STU because angle BCD is of the same size of angle STU. Okay, because the size of the object, the length of the object, and also the length of the image and the size of the image is same after go through transformation. Okay, that's why the answer for B and C. All right, next one. Look at this one. The term congruent. What is mean by congruent? Congruent means the two objects are congruent if both have the same shape and size, regardless of the orientation of the movement. So congruent means the two objects have the same shape and size. Okay, so in the term of the transformation, if the image after go through transformation should have the same size and same shape with the object because it is a congruent. Okay, for the transformation. Okay, now look at the next one. Okay, this one. Okay, we have example 3 here. Question is, which of these pairs are congruent? State why. For A, so we have the two shape here, the first one, the second one. So you can see that this one, it is not congruent because the size is not the same. And for B here, for B, you need to compare the shape. The shape is same and the size also same, although the position and the orientation are not same. So for the B, the answer is congruent as they are the same size, although the position and the orientation not the same. Okay, so that's the answer for the example 3. So the tip here, congruent are the same form and size. So remember this one. Alright, okay, we proceed to the next subtopic. Okay, 11.2, translation. Okay, translation. Translation is one type of the transformation. Okay, so the definition of the translation, translation is the transfer of all points on a plane in the same direction and through the same distance. Okay, with the translation, object and image have the same shape, size, and orientation. So remember this one. Okay, look at example 4 here. Identify which diagram show translation justify. So look at A. So this one, if you say this one is object, this one image. Okay, so if you can see the shape of these two object and image, it is same. All right, the size also same, and also the orientation. You can see the direction of these two object and image is same. So this one, it is the translation because the shape, size, and orientation are the same. And for the B there, we have two shape. The first one and the second one, the size and the length of the shape is same. It is a congruent. Okay, but the orientation not the same. So this one not the translation. So this one is it is a transformation, but not the translation. It is the other type of the transformation. Actually, this one is known as the reflection. We will learn later. So the answer for B, not a translation because the orientation is not the same. All right, so we proceed to the next one. Subtopic 11.2.2, representation of translation in the form of vector. Vector of translation is a movement that has direction and magnitude. Magnitude means the value. This vector is also represented by an arrow. Determining translation is based on the value and direction of the vector. Okay, so look at this one. Okay. So if you refer to this diagram here, okay, we have a line OP here. So this arrow represent a vector. So you can write OP, then draw the arrow. This one OP, and at the top of the OP you have to draw the arrow to represent the vector. So the vector OP, okay, is known as a vector. This one, vector. That means starting the movement of the O to the point P here. The movement of the O to the point P here. Right? So, all right. We look at to the some example. This one. Okay, translation can be described by specifying the direction and distance of the movement. Translation can be described using two methods. The first one, direction of the movement to the right, left, upward, and downward. Or, okay, this one, distance of movement, number of units, and B, right in the vector form. So in the vector form like this, in bracket A, B, close bracket. Okay, A, actually the movement of on the x-axis, and B, the movement on the y-axis. Okay, we look at the example 5 here. Question is determine the position of the point P in the given diagram for the translation, description, and draw the vector translation. Okay, we have point P here. So look at question A. Point P move 2 units to the left and 3 units downward. So how to do this one? All right. So starting point P here, it move 5 units to the right. That means you need to move 5 units to the right. So you have to move like this. Okay, wait, I'll show to you. Starting here, 5 units to the, wait, point P move 2 units to the left and 3 units downward. Okay, 2 units to the left and 3 units downward. So starting here, 2 units to the left. 1, 2. 2 units to the left, then 3 units downward. 1, 2, 3. 3 units downward. So here is the movement of the point P after go through translation. Translation 2 units left and 3 units downward. So this one is object. So this one is the image, or you can write P prime. Okay, then after that, after you mark this point, then you have to draw the line. You have to join the point P and P prime here. So you will get like this. Okay, you join this one, then put the arrow here. Arrow mean represent the movement starting from point P to point P prime. Okay, this in the form of vector. Okay, so the movement is 2 units to the left. Okay, 1, 2, then 3 units downward. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the answer for A. Okay, now look at B. Point P move 5 units to the right and 5 units downward. 5 units to the right, then 5 units downward. So starting P here, P object, move 5 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units to the right. Then after that, 5 units downward. Okay, 5 units downward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the point for the image P prime. So you label P prime. So you mark this point. Then after that, you continue. You join these 2 points. Then put the arrow here. So that's the answer for the B. Okay, now for the C. Point P move 6 units downward. Okay, point P move 6 units downward. That means starting point P here. Okay, it just move 6 units downward. So you move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you label here P prime. You mark this point, you label P prime, then you join from the point P to this P prime. P is the object, this one image. So you join these 2 points, then put the arrow here. Arrow mean vector, the movement of the point P to the point P prime. And the last one is the D. Point P move 3 units to the right. So look at this one. Point P here, move 3 units to the right. So starting point P here, 1, 2, 3. So this one is the image for the point P. So this image you label as P prime. You mark this point, then you join this two points, then put the arrow here. So that's the answer for D. Okay, right. Okay, so you also can read here. The vector translation is written as in bracket A, B. A mean the movement on x-axis, B the movement of the y-axis. Okay, A represent a movement parallel to the x-axis, which is positive if the object moves to the right and is negative if the object moves to the left. And B here represent a movement parallel to the y-axis, which is positive if the object moves upward and is negative if the object moves downward. Okay, therefore, the translation of the image generated by the object in the diagram below is in bracket this one 3 minus 2. Because what? Let's say we look at this point here. The point here, So 3 means the movement on x-axis, parallel to the x-axis. Positive 3. That means move 3 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Then after that, minus 2 refers to the movement parallel to the y-axis. So minus 2. Minus 2 means downward. Downward by 2 units. So after you reach here, then it moves 2 units downward. So 1, 2. So this is the image for the point here. The image of the object for the point here. Okay. So that's why the translation of the image generated by the object in the diagram below is this one. In the bracket 3 and minus 2. So you can write this one. All right. Okay, now look at the example 6 here. Determine the vector translation of OP in the diagram below. Okay, so how to answer this one? Look at the first diagram. Okay, all right. Look at the first diagram here. Okay, so we have the starting here, starting the center of this graph, starting O to the P here, because vector translation of OP from O to the P. So you have to find the vector translation. That means we need to identify the movement which is parallel to the x-axis first. So starting here to become P, it moves 1, 2, 3. 3 units to the right. That means positive 3. So you put in the bracket 3. Then after that, it moves upward 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So it moves upward. That means it moves parallel to the y-axis, upward 3 units. So that means positive 3. So that's why 3 here. So the answer for this one, put the bracket here, 3, 3. Okay, close bracket. That's the answer for A. And for B here, okay, refer to this diagram. Okay, starting O here to P. So O, okay, you firstly, to write the vector translation, we need to identify the movement which is parallel to the x-axis. So that means starting here, 1, 2, 3. That means it moves 3 units to the left. 1, 2, 3. If it moves 3 units to the left, left means negative. So minus 3. So put the bracket minus 3. Then after that, it moves 3 units upward. 1, 2, 3. So if move upward, which is parallel to the y-axis, that means it is a positive 3. So minus 3, then this one 3. Okay, close bracket. This is the answer for B. And for C here, okay, starting O, because the question asks you to find the vector OP, so O to the P, huh? So firstly, we have to find the moment which is parallel to the x-axis. So starting here, the moment is 1, 2, 3, 3 to the right. That means positive 3. Then after that, it moves downward. How many units? 1, 2, 3. It moves downward 3 units. So downward means minus 3. So that's why the answer is 3 in minus 3, then close bracket. Okay, that's how to do the question example 6. Okay, all right, class. So our class today, until this one, until example 6. Okay, so please study this video and refer to your textbook. And after that, I want you to do some exercise. Okay. Please do exercise self-practice 11.2. Okay, I want you to answer question 1 and 2. Okay, question 1 and 2. Please do question 1 and 2. Okay, please do this one in your math exercise too. Okay, so if you have any question about this exercise, okay, so please ask me in the Telegram. Okay, so that's all for our class today. Thank you, class.